$991, and the 4-3 running double, $159. And now an update for Melbourne. The next Brisbane in just under 3 minutes.
1 Moss River, 240 at $1.20. 2 Glitz at $5.10. 3 Get Your Own, $16.80. 4 and 5 out. 6 is Pachaka, $87. 7 Amelda May, $6.70. 8 Gold Shears, $23. 9 Carry That Weight, $7.90. 10 Mallard, $12.80. 11 Exotic at $24. 12 Love That Chick, $72. 13 Cocoa Baby, $55. 14 Striking Rose, $73. And 15 Woody Horseshoes at $211.
Correct way to Rose Hill report on 2, 1, 8 and 11.
Correct way brought to you by TAB Sportsbet Racing Travels. You can now take 3 fixed odds racing legs.
That should be better. You should all be able to see me and hear me. G'day all. I hope you're enjoying the day so far. It's certainly been a cracker. I've left a couple alone that you guys have taken a bit of a risk on, and that's okay. I mean, you know, we're here to take a bit of risk now and then. Black screen, maybe? Right on. Okay, good. Great. I actually didn't have to shut down Zone Alarm today. That's weird. I forgot all about it, and it's running without it. Hey? Good. Yeah, like I say, I've left a couple alone. Winner take all, for instance, there. That was a good little indication. What did I do then? I ran inside for something. Oh, a mouse for my laptop next to me. He's sick of using the little pad thing on it. So, you know, I wasn't that keen on the race either when I first started looking at it. And the one earlier on, let me just go and have a look. Might have been, no. There's one earlier on that you guys took. Oh, this one here, number 1, Star Mystery and Ever the Same. They were okay. They were pretty good little indications. They ended up looking quite convincing. I like that Ever the Same, for instance, a bit later on, but when I first looked at it, it wasn't looking too appealing. And so I didn't pay too much attention to it. There you go. Other than that, I think I'm fairly well on the same page as everyone else. I may have even taken a couple or 1 or 2 that some of you didn't because, you know, you've missed out or not sort of that way inclined to sort of look at that end of the market, which is a little unfortunate, especially at this time of year. We're here to hunt those unusual moves. Just turn my radio off. And, you know, like, that was a very interesting ad on television just then. I'm very sorry. It's actually quite funny, wasn't it, Ray? Anyway, it did grab my attention, yeah. A car rocking with a quite attractive blonde girl in it ended up being an Ultra-Tune commercial. I don't know whether anyone's seen that. I thought that was quite funny. Niwot here, the number 5, and Booming, that was pretty easy. And Galazzani. And like I say, yes, still, that was fairly easy. Number 13 down the bottom there, Spachenka was a little bit okay late. The number 10 was okay late, but the earlier indications were all over the number 8 and number 5, and we really should be on both of those, of course. If you're going to take one 10-minute indication, you've got to take all of the 10-minute indications, and if there's 10 of them, there's no way you're going to be able to do it, is there? So no to Ballina, very messy. No to Morphettville, pretty much for me there. Rose Hill race 1 wasn't, you know, look, I mean, this race, I actually didn't do this race, but I thought the little bit of purple there and things wasn't too bad. Here's Beck with my brown, bubbly, cold stuff. And it's good too. Oh, sorry, Ray. Ray, there's a Cooper's in the fridge if you'd like a Cooper's. There's Cooper's mid-strength. Yeah? You want one of those? Beck, come on, go to the fridge and grab Ray a beer. I'm joking. I was going to go grab Ray a beer out of the fridge. The fridge there. Man, what fridge? My fridge. Yeah, everyone knows I treat you like a slave, so I just thought, you know, that for the sake of all in attendance, I'd say, yeah, get off your chain and go and get us a beer out of the fridge. Gee whiz. What's the story, eh? People get slack these days. I'll have 2 of those, please. Yeah, I've got a bottle opener. Always got a bottle opener. It's that sort of day, folks. I hope you don't mind. Is this okay? Does anybody mind? I'm going to crack a coldie here. Is somebody going to go and post it on the internet and say Kevin's a raving alcoholic and he drinks beer and gets pissed in webinars? Please, be my guest. Don't tempt them, yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Enjoy the beer? Okay, good. Thanks very much. Thanks. I'll say, well, I had it on good approval from the members. What, the lime? No. The lime, yeah, that's a good idea. Where's my lime? Sweetie, where's my lime for my beer? I'll put the iced coffee away. It's time for the good stuff. No, Corona for me. Corona. I'll drink Corona. Some people don't think that it's real beer. Like this fella sitting next to me drinking his mud in a bottle. But it is my next most favourite beer, actually, Cooper's. So, it's from one extreme to the other. I either like only JD, says Todd. Yes, I know. I hear you. I already know that. It's the other hunter at BT, I understand. No to Dubbo, and look, even Doomben in a way. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good indication on Imelda May, but it's not for me. I wouldn't have taken that. Don't even know what the result is. Carry that weight probably would have been a more appealing indication to me, because I'm just after these single hits, these spikes, and anyone who sort of follows all these long run-on of indications and things, all that means is that something's gradually firming up to move further up the ladder. And of course, looking at this, these each way dividends, you can see there's been an awful amount of each way attention on that runner as well. So it's not just confident win money, it's being backed up. And as we know, or should know from either watching webinars or, the recorded webinars or whatever else, that's showing a lack of confidence that that runner is going to win that race. So I don't care whether in hindsight it did win or didn't win or whatever else. I'm following a certain pattern in the money, and that pattern of indications on that runner is telling me that it's not confident. Came second, so it was certainly up there. I'll just get my teeth sunk back into what's happening with the day today. So Flemington race 6, so let's keep an eye on that. Somebody's just mentioned a return at a race just now. I don't know where that could be, of course, but anyway, we'll have a look. It wasn't there. Might have been at Doomben. So the number 11 at Doomben. Single little home tab indication there. Is it strong enough? Look, I don't think so. If you're going to consider that yellow indication there, then you should probably consider the grey at 10 minutes on the number 3 there. There's not a lot of money in it. So it was a real hunter's kind of selection. It wasn't one of those things that the conservative or more conservative by nature are going to look at, because you would have been a little bit too worried about the indications happening up the top. Now, for those of us who are here to look for reasons to back against that crowd, if you look at the number 7, there's that long run-on of indications. So it's a case of the blind following the blind. That can be how it is. And also the knocking off of the each way odds is a reason to put a line through it and not consider it a genuine threat. So that would have been a lot of the reasoning behind Alan making that decision, of course. But like I say, for many of you, that would have been a little bit more difficult to sort of pick that one out. Okay. Dubbo is a knowing best. Wyong is a knowing best. Flemington race 6 will, at this stage, I'm not going to be calling it anything. I like the number 3 down the bottom, and I like the number 12 Eagle Command. I also like the number 2 down the bottom there, ISO Pack. I'm probably going to take all 3 of those, to be honest. I'm just going to check my early prices on Betfair. The ISO Pack is $13 for the place at the moment, which it's, you know, about the same on the TABs. You'll find that a lot with the Aussie markets. The difference is that could come in and be shortened up, whereas if I get matched at my $13 on Betfair now, it's $13 that I will get. So I'm going to have a little bit of a crack at that. I do like the number 12 as well. So like I say, first one for me is the number 2. And then the number 12, I'm picking up some nice early prices on Betfair. It's just been matched at $12.50 for the place on the number 2 ISO Pack, and I've been matched at $9.80 for the place on the number 12 Eagle Command. They're the 2 indications I'm most interested in at the moment, and then, you know, I'll have a look at collar as well. So that collar at the moment is $5.20 on Betfair. They're keeping it a little bit safer than on the TABs. And Manawanui has a Shetland travelling companion is in the stable with him. Right. What have I missed? Who's Manawanui? What are you guys? Oh, the favourite. What do you mean he's got a travelling partner? What's he taken his blanket with him too, has he? Hey? Like Farlap? Did he? Did Farlap have a travelling? I don't know. It was on the telly earlier. Ah, his little 5'8". Literally. He's 5'8". Your 5'8's your mate. Isn't that how it goes? Something like that. Well, Shetlands can't run, so I don't think he's going to be much help to him other than a bit of company. His travelling rug. His travel rug. His blankie. Brought his safety blankie. A poor man we knew he needs his safety blankie. Brought his teddy Betty. His Betty Teddy. Oh. Say kiss kiss now. Time to go out and parade. Come on. Kiss kiss. No more cuddles. Come on. Come on, Manawanui. I might lay him. That's what I might do. This lovely mushroom pie sitting next to me. I might have to get Beck to go and... Where's my slave? I'm never going to live that down, am I? Just never going to let that one go. It's there. It's on. It's there forever. That's it. Come hither. Early call at Flemington. Yeah, well, mate, I've already taken on the 12. I've already taken the 12 and the 2. Actually, there's no point talking because Alan's never in the webinar. No point chatting. No point chatting to Alan. Just in case anyone hasn't got it, I suppose I'd better put the webinar invite thing in there. But it's on the website. Oh, what are they singing the national anthem? Oh, might as well hear this woman's take on it, as much as I hate it. Oh, it's a much better national anthem. Lost with no direction. Did you hear that? Those are words as soon as I flicked it over. Lost with no direction. That is our national anthem. Did you hear that, folks? That was wonderful timing. How poignant. How poignant. How apt. How reasonably appropriate. Lost with no direction. We got direction, just follow the ginger balls. Just follow the ginger balls with the fake husband and the lesbian wife. The lesbian party. I mean the Labor Party. I'm sorry. The Labor Party anthem, yes. Lost with no direction, yeah. I've got big hairy ginger balls, but no knob to lead me. Dear. That's it. I haven't actually. I'll tell you, Ray loves this. I open a beer and I let it sit for about 15 minutes. I don't drink it. Well, I'm Scottish. You can't taste it when it's too cold. Does anybody agree with me? Probably not. It's just going to be that middle temperature. It is. Hey, it is Corona after all. It is Corona after all. Goes with cold pies fantastically. He comes in, I've got half-eaten cold pie, I've got a warm beer. Warm, yeah, now it's warm milk. Hey, Roger, have you been told today? This is what happens when I do take them. Roger, no, seriously, have you been told today? Hang on, I'll just put myself on mute and I'll tell you. There you go. Did you hear that? No? Oh, that's good. And it's going to be an uphill battle. This is just so appropriate. This. Is anyone watching? Anyone listening? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, then there'll be 2 ginger balls up there wearing underwear on Celebrity Apprentice. Goodness me. See, that tastes good now, that beer. Mm. Tastes like a Cooper's. So as you can see down the bottom there, only $287 in profit. I should be a lot more than that. Up here, as you can see on the 4 and 2 at that race earlier on at Morphettville, I only put $1.05 on Betfair because I thought I wasn't going to sort of make it through the totes. So unfortunately, that was the big one that came in at marvellous odds. And I should have 10 times that amount of money showing in the profit there. But anyway, shite happens, eh? It's just the depth that varies, folks. That Awe and Wonder, that was the one. Okay, so look, I mean, I'm still on this race, so I can't get off it, can I? So I'm on the 2 and the 12, as we all know. And I'm not going to believe the TV, so...
18 for Connor, 14 Saybridge, 14 Sangster. They've both been a little easy on course. 570 and Duna hasn't been a Geelong trial winner for a long, long time. I think Haymaker was the last to complete that double back in the 1970s. 740 Niagara. He was the horse who was unlucky behind Saybridge. Got badly held up for a run there. Gay A winner of a derby back in 1995. TJ, I think he won a half a dozen or 5 of them. Karen yet to win a Victorian Derby. He's on Induna here. He's been placed 5 times. He's been second 3 times. He's on the second favourite.
Should be 36.
Now, for some reason, a bit of a hold-up here. They've all gone down and done their warm-ups.
Should be 36.
And maybe they're just waiting for Niagara, although he's drawn the outside. The loading process could get moving soon. Looks like the girth adjustment has finished there. It's Cornell, second set of the Darley colours.
Oh, you bugger.
Induna with the first set, Cornell the second set. Glass Harmonium winning the McKinnon Stakes. Whether he's going to line up again on Tuesday remains to be seen. Certainly be outside of his usual jurisdiction as far as his distances are concerned. Maybe it didn't seem all that convincing about it. Now they're starting to move up for the ABW. So they're coming in. Fielder's getting set now. Mr. Shea was the first one to load into the stalls. But now Cornell comes up. A little wider. I Feel Good is ready. About to move Induna into the gates now. I Feel Good is set. Here's moving into the gates. Collar ready next to Cornell. Induna moved up. Perfect Punch circling behind the line. They're going to try and ride it a little more cold today.
Okay, good.
As the Billionaire comes up into the gates for Leon Corstens. He won with Helenas back in 2002. Costly Commitment. Moving into the gates now. It's one horse that you'd imagine be most comfortable at this distance. Rapidus comes up in the famous J.B. Cummings colours. Bart's won this 5 times.
So you see, I also took collar. I couldn't really leave it out, really. So at those odds, I need $3.60 minimum to cover my outlay, and I've definitely got that with the number 3, and it's the minimum one there. So otherwise, you then go up the top to the number 7 and the number 1, and you know they are very, very strong indications. You know, to be ultimately conservative, you'd probably look at those and say they're too strong to back against on the favourite up the top there. But then, you know, I know what this time of year is like, and I'm here to make money. I'm here to you know, and in order for me to do that. There are times that I do have to take some risk, you know, like these are very strong indications outside of the order of favouritism. At the each way odds, we don't really need much of a result there to well and truly cover ourselves. So I have halved my stake, as you know. I wasn't prepared to take 3 of them at $10 and $50 and risk $180. So you know, let's just see how this pans out. I am also on them on Betfair at $5 for the win and $10 for the place at the odds that I took on Betfair. So there's another 5 and 10 on each one of those as well. So I've got enough exposure in this market. Now let's turn it up and we'll have a listen.
Well, and Niagara jumped fast, and he is going towards the lead in the early part. Both Cornell and Collar jumped away well, but Niagara just shot across the field and led by a couple of lengths. Manawanui right up there. He's wide. He's exposed a little bit on the pace early. Sabridge is deep around him. And just in behind them, Collar followed by Cornell. Oh, Perfect Punch took the bottom turn very awkwardly. And ran Induna off the track. He lost some ground there. And Eagle Command was trapped wide, having to go on. So Sparks flew early in the derby. And it's Niagara who shows the way. Sabridge is up second. 2 lengths to Manawanui. And Cornell has dropped in over on the inside. Oh, Collar getting on the heels of those horses in front there. He's wanting to over-race. He drops onto the fence now. He's down in 5th placing. A length and a half to Eagle Command, the grey, who's making a little bit of ground over on the outside. Perfect Punch pulling his head off, was going around the outside. They couldn't ride him back. He's pulling up towards the leaders. They're followed by Shelto. Mr. Shea down on the inside behind him. Further back Sexter, Costly Commitment. And then I Feel Good. They're followed by Induna, trying to steady up after that early interference. Isopac next, and then Rapidus with the Billionaire at the end. So Niagara, he got over from that outside barrier pretty comfortably. He leads the way. Perfect Punch pulling up in second, placing a length away now. And at the 1,200 metres, they go 3 lengths on Sabridge, who's holding down third. Cornell next a length away. Collar 1 behind him. And they're followed then by Eagle Command. And Manawanui's in that bunch as well. Back behind those horses, 1,000 metres to go, came Shelto. Sexton's been wide all the way. They're followed by Mr. Shea, Costly Commitment. Induna deep out with some cover, followed by I Feel Good and Dicer Packins a Billionaire, and Rapidus is last. 700 to go in the Derby, and Niagara by 2 lengths to Perfect Punch. Manawanui creeping a bit closer. Cornell ridden along on the inside. Sexter making a move out wide, starting to run on. Induna right off the track is coming home around Costly Commitment, and Zabillionaire from last is out very wide as they swing around the turn, where Niagara still had the lead from Manawanui, and Sexter running on well, followed by Sabridge. Here's Induna producing a run. 300 left to go, and Sexter got to the lead. Manawanui's trying to go with him. Sexter led by 3/4 from Manawanui. 2 lengths Induna, and then Zabillionaire. Sexter the leader. He chopped off Manawanui as he darts down to the inside. Induna running on. Sexter in front with 75 to go. Induna charging. Sexter ran a half in front. Induna diving but missed. Sexter by a head. Induna. Sabridge a length and a half third from Isopec, Zabillionaire.
Fourth. Isopac.
Followed in by Shelter, I Feel Good, Costly Commitment.
That's it. That's it coming down the outside, is it? Oh no, up on the fence or what?
Niagara, Connor towards the end, Perfect Punch, and Rapidus is last in the ABW.
5 Sangster, 15, 23.90 Hugh Bowman, 7 in June at 2.10, and 4 Sabridge, 3.80.
5. Number 5, the winner, Sexter.
I'll show you something. Show you something.
1 Cruising Eagle, $3, $1.30 Scott Westover, 6 Royal Turn, $1.90, 7 Shore Win, $1.80.
Dividends Flemington on the Derby, 5 Sangster, $15.20 and $3.90. 7 Induna, $2.10 for Sabrage, $3.80. And fourth was number 13, Billionaire. Quinella, $45.90, Exacta, $101.90. Trifecta, $846.40. First four, $12,850.70. And the 8 and 5 running double, $107.40. Let's take it back to Greg Miles.
We'll welcome him in front of a very, very big crowd that looks to have just continued to build up through the day. So the 157th Victoria Derby winner coming back to scale, number 5, Sangster. A 3-year-old bay gelding. He's by Sababil, who was runner-up in a derby himself from Quinta Special. Raced by M. Bradley and Fenwick, K. Greenless, T. Hepton Stall, Dean Ebone, J. O'Brien, L. and T. Stewart. Trained at Cambridge in New Zealand by Trent Sutton and ridden by Hugh Bowman, who makes it 2 derbies in a row. And the first rider to do so since Roy Higgins in 1972-73. And he's won by a head. Second placing to Induna. Another runners-up position for Karen McAvoy, Peter Snowden, and the third in number 4 Sabridge for Damien Oliver and Mike Moroney, 574. Fourth home was number 13, Millionaire, and fifth was number 2, Isapac with the favourite Manawanui in 6th placing. But here's your Derby winner, Sangster. And what do you think of that one, Dean?
Thanks, Rebecca.
The tempo dropped out of it early. Niagara took them through a very steady tempo, and a lot of these young horses, just inexperienced, didn't react well. Colin nearly fell at about the 1800. Perfect Punch did it tough. The winner covered ground, but he was in a nice rhythm all the way. And ultimately, Manawanui had to get out of a bit of a scrimmage, and he ended up carting them up in more of a stayers run than the run that I think probably those that actually envisaged him having. And when he got chopped down at the last 150, that was the last straw for him. He'd had enough. But for all of that, Induna should have won the race. He had a couple of times he had no luck, and he powered to the line. He was most unlucky in this year's Derby.
Was he ever? But there you go. They get the Lux of Fortune. Sangster last start. James McDonald, no knock on him. I think what he did at the point of the time he did it was the perfect thing to do. He took off and tried to pitch the Norman Robinson, and he got nabbed. Hugh Bowman picks up the spoils.
Yeah, and that's how racing goes. And for the second year in a row, Hughes landed on the right horse on the right day in the Derby.
Just running fractionally late for the Gold Coast race, 3, 2 Latin American, the $3 favourite.
Rose Hill race 5, due now in 5, 1 Atomic Force, 310, 160, 2 Adashim, 1140, 3 Aldafra, 1550, 4 Tromso, 450, 5 Latin News, 850, 6 Phenomenal Last, 480.
You like my whistling? Almost forget I'm in a webinar sometimes. God, that extra coffee hit, espresso, chill stuff. Yeah. Knocks your socks off. That's the one. Yeah. Number 6. You know, playing it sort of a bit safer and stuff. 10s to the 9s. Time for a little kip. Hurdle myrtle, hey. Hurdle myrtle's had a very tough run, blah, blah, blah. Geez, we'll be looking right up until about 6:15 tonight. Yeah, well, look, there's two in this race, the number 6 Phenomenal Lass and then also the number 2 Adashim. And a little niggle for the number 7 down the bottom, Rybeak. I don't like the apparent lack of somewhat a lack of confidence in the top half of this market. Everything's come into, you know, there's not a lot of gap between sort of things, but it's okay. I don't mind that number 2, Adashim. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. What I don't like about indications like this is the grouping. They're all just too close together. I want to see some separation. I want to see that they're on their own. I want to see that they've been isolated to some degree, and I don't see that here as such. You know, look, the number 2 there is really the only one. I am going to take it. I'm going to halve my stake on it. So. Take that in Queensland there, and not sort of getting too much better or worse than anywhere else. Anyone would have thought this was, I thought this was Doomben or something I was just looking at here. I mean, it's not, a really nice looking market, is it?
Outside Phenomenal Lass, Rybeak behind them. Hunting forward is Atomic Force at the big weight from Latin News, Ardasham, Tromso, Aldafra, and My Vegas last of all. Ego is the leader at the 800 metres from Phenomenal Lass, and out 3 deep on the track is Atomic Force. Rybeak fourth the inside. A length and a half away, Ardasham, followed by Latin News, Tromso, Aldafra, and My Vegas. Approaching the home corner at the 500 metres.
Jeez.
And the speed has been
look at that thing, Ego,
race. Atomic Force
down the bottom.
3 deep around Ego, the inside. Phenomenal Lass between them. Back behind them is Rybeak, Ardasham, Latin News down the outside from Tromso. Plenty with a chance here. 300 to go. Phenomenal Lass just in front of Atomic Force. Ego. Ardasham makes a line of 4. Latin News a line of 5. Then Tromso. It's Ardasham below the 200. Just in front from Latin News. Tromso. Ardasham is holding on and win it. Got it. Ardasham just from Latin News. Tromso. Fourth Atomic Force. Followed by on the inside Phenomenal Lass.
And there you have it.
Ego Aldafra. And last of all is My Vegas.
2 Ardasham, $9 and $2.40 for Josh Parr. 5 Latin News, $1.90. 4 Tromso, $1.80.
Ardasham, number 2, the gelding by Elusive City out of Clinique. Its 7th win in a race here with a field of 9s and 5 of them resuming. Ardasham takes it first up. Second win from 6 goes first up just from Latin News and Tromso. As we stand by for the numbers after race number 5, but it's Ardasham first. Numbers in the frame 2, 5, 4 and 1. 2, 5, 4 and 1. Ardasham, raced by B. Matheson, G. Ryan, Mrs. S. A. Lewis Italiano, along with A. Italiano and N. Terrianis, and also A. Eleftheru. Dasham first, and the numbers are through 2, 5, 4 and 1. 2, 5, 4 and 1. Second, 5, Latin News, Nathan Berry, David Payne. Third, Tromso, Jason Collett, Chris Waller. And fourth, number 1, and that was Atomic Force, Jim Cassidy for Darren Smith after being 3 wide the trip. 2, 5, 4, 1, and totes are there on the 5th.
2 Dasham, $9.240. 5 Latin News, $1.90. 4 Tromso, $1.80. 1 4th Atomic Force, Quinella, $26.80. Exacta, $60.30. Trifecta, $265.40. First 4, $820.10. 2 running double, $46.50.
So 2, 5, 4 and 1. Fifth was number 6, and that was Phenomenal Lass, who was up there. The speed wasn't that cracking early and has been disappointing on face value. A hit by a half length, 103.98, 33.8. A hit by a half length, 103.98, 33.8. Race number 6, the Murphy's Group Services Handicap, take out number 2 Upon, along with 13 Stables and 14 Bear Blinkers off 10 Letchworth, starting time 4:05.
And the early call, 1 Noretsky Reef, 23 Fiscal, 11 Forgaderian, 16 5 Landlocked, 860, 6 Old Bill, 560, 7 Go Panna, 380, 8 Shadow Minister, 23, 9 Merchandise, 520, 10 Letchworth, 40, 11 Kim Divine, 9, 12 White Horse in, 28, and 15 Asserted Billy, 64.
Today's racing brought to you by Tasbet.
Hello. Lovely little result. I got matched at $11 on that. $11. That Ego was interesting. Late, I put a couple of dollars on it for the win in play. Lovely little indications down there. And it was somewhat up there. Somewhat. So on that note, let me just have a look what we've got here. I can't see myself calling that any good. You guys might be able to sort something out from that, but in the early stages it looks like a raffle. There might be something a bit strong sort of come in later, but I'm after clearer markets. I'm not here to muck around too much. I've had one losing race all day today, which was Flemington race 6. Okay. This one here, that ended up being $27, supposed to be 5 and 25. It's only gone on at 7 and anyway, that'll be interesting. I'll have to have a look at the recording later and have a look what I did. Obviously put in 2 for the win and 25 for the place or something. I don't know what I did then. Anyhow, which of course is a little unfortunate because it means I've only got $2 times the win dividend there. But I did have $5 on it for the win on Betfair as well, and $10 for the place. So I've sort of made up for it a little bit, I guess, at $11 for the win. Doomben race 4, I would say that Kelbenjar is probably the only thing that I would show any interest in if I were any of you. But I'm not, so I'm going outside for a fag, actually. And not the one that talks with a lisp, but one that can make me talk with a slight croak. It's all too much, you know, stress. Actually, yes, that's right. Yeah. If I wasn't drinking beer, there'd be absolutely no way that I'd smoke a cigarette. I hate the thing. There's something about beer and a cigarette that just goes so well together. And because I probably only have one cigarette a week, I get this little head spin along with it too. It's just lovely. It's great. Go outside and sit in the sun for a second. But I'm not going to invest on that race. The next market for me, I mean, even that Wyong race looks better because of the clarity. That number 3 doesn't look too bad. But this, I don't see any clarity here at Doomben, so it's not a race that I'm overly that interested in. Of course, I can see a little bit of a case for a couple of things, number 7 and maybe the number 1 and things like that, but it's not a race that I'm interested in today. So move on I will. I'll go to Flemington race 7 now at this stage. And More Joyous is the only indication in the whole race across all 3 TABs, of course, and nothing happening anywhere else. And yes, I do have the grey turned on. Unless you want to take Jessipina down the bottom, who's only got a bit of colour because it's the absolute rank outsider with about 0.2% of the win pool or something. Oh no, it's actually got 1.36% of the win pool. Yeah, you know, we'll just sort of see how that pans out. Hurtle Myrtle's had a very tough run. What was that in? A little piece of Better Trader trivia. See you back here in a few minutes, folks. Thank you.
Morning Captain to a clear second. They're followed by Borehole, Kelbenjar, Dorchester trying to get out. On the outsiders, Margins next and last. Gifters coming from the back. Another Superior's trying to get through the Green Runners. Morning Captain shot to the front from Viking Hatter for 200. Then Dorchester, Kelbenjar, last Gifters next, but Morning Captain straight away with 100 to go. It's going to win by a minute. Morning Captain 4 in front. Dorchester ready for second. But Morning Captain from Dorchester, Margins will be third, just in front of Kelbenjar, Viking Heart goes with time, Missouri. Last kick back behind those, another Superior missed a kick, that was the end of that. They followed then by Borehole, the last time was so dominant.
5 Morning Captain, 380, 160, Chris Muntz, 9 Dorchester, 230, 4 Margins, 590. Wyong race number 5 due in 3, 1 Barbell, 21, 2 Country Drive, 26, 3 Exceed and Shine at 6. 4 Juralee, $342. 5 Abbey Muse, 26. 6 American Mistress, $3.90. 7 Cassandra's Choice, $9.28 out. 9 Fulgora, 28, and 10 Shadows, $5.20.
Correct way through to Ralgan. Dubbo on race number 3. 1 Antidotes, Rolly Saxton. Returns $5 and $2.90. 4 Nearly Human, $2.60. No third for 5 Rocky Cobra. 2 got 4 Metallica. Brunella was $12.70. Exact at $20.90. Trifecta $162. First 4 $288.60. 1-1 running double $27.40. Update Flemington race 7. The Maya Classic due in 12 minutes. 1 More Joyous, $2.40, $1.90. 2 Sacred Choice, $20. 3 Lady Lynette, $21. 4 Response, $9.80. 5 Majestic Music, $31. 7 Hurdle Myrtle, $10. 8 Dysphonia, $19. 9 Berenimus, $40. 10 Sky Rush, $27. 11 Goon Serpent, $28. 13 Sistine Angel, $25. 14 Banshee, $54. 15 Born to Rock, $36. 16 Machine, $5.60. 17 Jessapina for Joe Marrera, $67. 1 More Joyous, $2.40 on the tote as we get a market on track with Brendan.
Good afternoon, Brian. A chance they're going to run late here. Just winding up the presentations in the mounting yard. Horses still in the back. Parade Green haven't made their way down to the mounting yard as yet. The Maya Classic, More Joyous open $2.60, and she hasn't moved from that quote. Response $7.50 to $9. Hurdle Myrtle $13 to $14. Out to $26 Sky Rush. Good Serpent out to $21. There's only 3 horses in single figures. Machine down the bottom was $4.20 out to $4.40, back into $4.20. Craig Williams will ride a half kilo over aboard Machine, who's been supported into second favouritism. More Joyous, $2.60 favourite for the Maya Classic. The Bears in 11 minutes.
Thank you, Brendan. We'll check Dino's late mail shortly. Close Wild.
Doomben race 4 to 5 morning captain Chris Munns, $381.60. 9 Dorchester, $2.30. 4 margins, $5.90. 1 Calbenja, 4th. $14 Quinella exact at $28.40. Trifecta $430.60. First 4 $2,075.60. Running number 1 and 5 $25.90. Doomben the 4th $5,941.
Protest still on Sydney. Race 5 at Rose Hill. Second to be. First numbers were 2, 5, 4 and 1. Pretty close at Wyong. 6 American Mistress, the favourite, $2.70. Here's Luke.
So last few to move in. Full Gora will be about the last one to load up. So Full Gora about to move in. Goes forward now and they're set. Started coming around front. For race 5 over the 1350, red light on. All set to go. American Mistress stands well with Darbell. Off they go now. And Full Gora and Abbey Muse out wide won the start, showing good early speed in the early part was Jara Lee. And just settling behind those, Barbell, Exceed and Shine is in that bunch of horses, and Shadows is right off the track in the early part. It's going up towards the lead. So taking stock, Abbey Muse and Full Gora led together. Barbell driving through to third, followed by Shadows, who's still wide on the outside of Jara Lee. Then American Mistress, 3 lengths further back in the field, then to Cassandra's Choice, followed by Country Drive. And last of all, Exceed and Shine. This field is spread right out by the 800-metre mark, and Full Gora rolls to the top. Full Gora is 2 lengths in front of Abbey Muse and Barbell, third on the inside of Shadows, who's been well back to win the race. It's 4th the outside, a length back on the inside, American Mistress. Jara Lee, 3 to Cassandra's Choice and Country Drive getting inside runs. Last of all, Exceed and Shine. Down the side of the 400, Full Gora held together in front, leads 2 lengths on Abbey Muse, who's under pressure. Barbell and Shadows gets the split in between those two to start to make some ground. They're being followed by American Mistress, pulled to the outside, Jara Lee. They're coming onto the home turn now, for 200 left to go. It's Full Gora in front, Shadows on the fences, running home. Next is Jara Lee, American Mistress threading through. Full Gora down below the 150 in front, trying hard on the outside. Jara Lee, it's running home. Full Gora just in front, Shadows and Jara Lee are coming. Oh, photo. Jara Lee's dived on the outside, it's a photo. It's in it with Shadows and Full Gora. 3-way go here. 4th maybe it was American Mistress, followed in by Exceed and Shine. The next one home, Cassandra's Choice. Well back was Country Drive. And last home, Abbey Muse. No, 1 more Barbell at the rear.
Jara Lee will get up. Number 4, $391.60. Digger McClellan over either 10 Shadows, $1.40. 9 Fulgora, 550.
Flemington back 5 minutes, take note. The 7th, the Maya Classic, to now go at 10-4. So just 5 minutes late for race number 7. Rose Hill protest continues. Now let's head back to Flemington in the meantime. We can get Dean Lester's late mail for the Maya Classic. Here's Dino.
Flemington race 7. My numbers 1, 11, 16 and 7. I'm going with number 1, More Joyous. She's probably the most contentious horse at the meeting, I think, whether she's in the right sort of form to win a Group 1. I think she probably is at the set weights and up to 1,600. And I think getting to Flemington might really help her. We've only ever seen her at Caulfield and Moonee Valley in the past in Melbourne. I think getting onto the spacious track at Flemington, drawn out, there's been absolutely no disadvantage to that through the day. I'm going with her to beat 11, Goon Serpent. She lacks early tactical speed, but she'll be strong late, and 1,600 really suits her. Look for her to run well at big odds. 16 Machine's got the weight advantage. She'll press forward from the draw. She'll make her own luck and give a good sight. And then out to 7 Hurdle Myrtle, who's drawn wide. And again, as I said, maybe not as big a disadvantage as first thought. Her run at Caulfield was very good, and I think back to mare's grade, she'll be competitive. Terrific mare's race, but I still think More Joyous is clearly the one to beat. 1 from 11, 16 and 7.
And the race back 5 minutes will now go at 10-4. At Wyong, at numbers 4 and minus are to come.
Time. 4:10.96 are the numbers. That's confirmed.
4:10.96. There we go. We'll check tape shortly. It's now 21 minutes to 4.
Today's racing is brought to you by Bingley's famous negotiable prices.
In a moment, we'll run through the Ascot late mail and have a look at the scratchings as well. And information to come. Correct weight Doomben, the 4th, 5, 9, 4 and 1.
Oh, he's offside by a mile! There's no way the refs will allow that goal! 2-0, we're gone.
Mate, it's only half-time. We're dominating possession and shots on goal. The numbers say we're still a good chance of scrapping a draw. And at $3.50, so do I.
Read the play and make it pay. Stay on the ball during every game of the Hyundai A-League season. Spot the price you want. Take a shot. And bet live at your local TAB or call 133-390. Gamble responsibly.
Sky Sports Radio's coverage of the 2011 Spring Racing Carnival is proudly brought to you by the Toyota Hybrid Camry. Until you drive it, you won't know what the future holds.
In a moment, at Ascot information with Brad. The Wyong dividends for Jarrah Lead 390, 160. Darryl McClellan, 10 Shadows 140, 9 Bulgora 550, 6 Fourth American Mistress. Quinella 720, exacta 1390, trifecta 185.40. First four $684.80, and the 6-4 running double $43.50. Protest at Rose Hill has been dismissed. Take note, the protest dismissed and placing stand on 2, 5, 4 and 1. Correct one.
Ascot today, weather fine. Track is now a good 3, upgraded from a dead 4. Rails out to 3 metres. There's 6 scratchings with Darren McCauley. Race 1, scratch 3. Saxon Coast. Darren likes 1 full clip to beat 5, 4, 2. The late mail 1 full clip. Second is clear. Tip is 2 Pintata Prince to beat 5, 1 and 6. Late mail 6. Come flirt with me. Race 3, take out 7 The Corporation. Number 7 out. Tip is for 3 Celebration Girl to beat 10, 12 and 6. Late mail agrees 3 Celebration Girl. Race 4, scratch 12, Jaw Dropper, number 12 out. Tip 5, Lee Rani to beat 1, 14 and 10. 5, 1, 14, 10, late mail 5, Lee Rani. Race 5, the Bow Stakes is clear. And the tip is for 1, Mega Tick to beat 7, 8 and 2. But the late mail is 8, Tranquility, number 8. Race 6, the Queen Stakes, scratch 2, Flying Affair. 17, K Gunner, and 18, Comtesse Legrand. 2, 17 and 18, tip 9, Mendacity to beat 3, 13 and 5, 9, 3, 13, 5, late mail 13, Dark Miss. And race 7 clear, Darren likes 11, Moonlight Bay to beat 8, 6 and 14, 11, 8, 6, 14, late mail 11, Moonlight Bay. Fine, now a good 3 at Ascot, rail out 3 metres, and the first of just 7 today at 10-4.
That's due to clash with Flemington. The filly and the mares are in the yard at Flemington for the Maya Classic. It's been pushed back 5 minutes and will now go at the same time as Ascot at 10-4. At Ascot for the first one, full clip 390, 2 Gracetown 280, 4 Mr Magic 10, 5 in Eden's Honour 870, 6 La and Nay 450, 7 Saxon the City 26 and 8 Cheese Boys Gift $10.
Today's racing brought to you by Tabs. Bet early on the Melbourne Cup. Avoid the rush on Tuesday and get your bets on now at your local TAB or tab.com.au.
Golden Race Club Spring Carnival kicks off in style on Sunday with their very own Oktoberfest. Trackside will be transformed.
Okay, how are we going? Do I miss anything? No. See, Kel Benjar was the only thing I had a little bit of interest in that race. I didn't do anything with it. Exceed and Shine, I had a little bit of a look at it while on there, but I thought better of it and thought, no, leave the provincial rubbish thing alone, unders each way and all that sort of stuff, so that's a no invest. And we're up to Flemington race 7, so... Finally got my new glasses and I'm just trying to get them right because see, it's bloody digging a trench into the side of my nose. Whoa! Whoa! Race 7, man. It's a nice, healthy looking indication there, isn't it, Todd? Yes. I'm just going to put a little one on that. I'm going to muck around with that one too much. Just whack that one straight on through New South Wales. Dividends should hold on okay there. Queensland, you know, might get sort of a little bit knocked off towards the end here. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And I'm on it on Betfair as well. I got picked up at a little bit of a better price earlier. Not too much better, mind you, about $4.20.
A little bit wide. A length further back is Verena Miss wanting to pull a bit there. It appeared with response on her inside, and Hurdle Myrtle is next a bit wider. Followed by Majestic Music, Sky Rush, One Dystonia. They're followed by Jessipina, Sistine Angel, well back and Banshee.
Quite difficult this race at Flemington. Very strong indications in the top half of the field. And if you want to take some of these outsiders, you'd be looking at the number 2, the 14 and the 17 perhaps. But, you know, very difficult.
Followed by Sacred Choice, Verena Miss, Majestic Music coming through along the rails. They're followed by Hurdle Myrtle as they swing in the mire. Dyspania's pulled out wide. Sky Rush still a long way back. Responses immediately ahead of her. Into the straight now. Lady Lynette and Machine have gone up to Moore Joyce. Born the Rock battling down on the inside, and then Sacred Choice. Gern Serpent called on. Hurdle Myrtle is starting to run on. It's Machine with Moore Joyce kicking back with Lady Lynette. Sacred Choice bursts through. Hurdle Myrtle comes on. Dyspania down the outside. Up the middle of the course. Hurdle Myrtle and Sacred Choice. It's Hurdle Myrtle the outside and Sacred Choice the inside. Fighting the race out. Hurdle Myrtle gets the upper hand for Ollie. Hurdle Myrtle too strong. Drew away. Hurdle Myrtle by a length and a quarter. Sacred Choice. Nick to Dyspania third. Sky Rush coming home hard to get forward from Lady Lynette for Sheen. More Joyous beaten next, and then came Banshee, Goon Serpent, Sistine Angel, Majestic Music never came into it. Verena Miss followed in by Response, Born to Rock, and along last in it is Jessipina.
Okay, so I'm glad that we sort of left that one alone, but I did try and throw the Omen in there, didn't I? Well, I kept saying, Hurdle Myrtle's had a very tough run, Hurdle Myrtle's had a very tough run, yada, 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 yada. Anyway. But, you know, it was a bit difficult. There was nothing really there that excited me too much. Sacred Choice perhaps down the bottom here. Like I say, if you wanted to take some of these outsiders, then Sacred Choice was a must-have. 14 Banshee, and then down the bottom to Jessipina, take it or leave it at those sorts of odds. And no home tab movement in the end there either. So yeah, don't know what happened there though.
Riverside of the course, and Full Clip was cruised up and got about 3/4 of a length over the newcomer La Renee. Mr. Magic third following Full Clip to the turn, but this lead is going sweetly at the 400. Then 2 lengths Sax in the City, covered by an Eden's Honour and Gracetown last of all with the job in front of it. They turn and Full Clip straightens up the 300 over La Renee, a length and a half to Mr. Magic. Down the outside, Gracetown is pulling out all stops and starting to rattle home. It's Full Clip the leader. Here comes Gracetown. Full Clip's in front. Gracetown hauling it in. Full Clip's in front. Gracetown lunging. Won't get there though. Full Clip fell in from Gracetown. A good run first up. Mr. Magic third. In behind them, Sax in the City, La Renee, and in Eden's Honour with the late scratching of number 8, She's Roy's Gift.
1 Full Clip, 310, $2 Michael Grantham, 2 Gracetown, $1.40, and no third for 4 Mr. Magic.
Moving up Orfordville, 4 out.
You know, I've got to say that was a little bit of an oversight, and I got sucked into that Ascot race, and it didn't take much to do it either. I was looking at Flemington, and Todd said Ascot and stuff, so I thought, oh, geez, Ascot must be coming up first. So then I went straight into Ascot, acted on that indication. By the time I sort of jumped in, I sort of looked and I thought, hang on, Flemington's running. What's going on there? So a little bit of an oversight there. I thought Ascot must have been coming up first, so I dropped down the list and went straight to Ascot, and then looked at the TV and Flemington was running. So not much I could do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, it always pays to make sure that we concentrate on those metropolitan races. Of course, as you can see from that one there at Flemington, there was only 2 10-minute indications in the race, and they were both down the very bottom here, and it was number 2 and number 14. We should have been on those guys. I do apologise. Like I say, it was certainly an oversight on my part. I jumped straight into Ascot, and I don't normally touch it, and I thought, oh, well, if that's the next one, I'll go and chuck a little bit of money on this big purple block of indications, and took my eye off the important Metropolitan, the most important meeting of the day. All right, off to Morphettville. Well, that's running as we speak, and it's not very pretty. So Mortlake, then the Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast we won't be touching, and the next race for us will be Rose Hill. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, mate, yeah, absolutely. We should have been all over those like a hot rash, unfortunately, like I say. When I saw that Ascot with a question mark there, I thought it must have been missing something and thought it must have been coming up first. So then I jumped straight into Ascot, you know, spent too much time looking at it, and by the time we got back to Flemington, it had already jumped. Now, Ascot WA Racing is the last meeting that we want to be looking at out of the metros, and even then I really don't bother with it most days. That's a nice little indication there at Doomben, so we'll keep an eye on that one. That comes up in 16 minutes. Rose Hill is definitely the next meeting there. Only one. Only one. Let me have a look. Just kind of not sure what you mean there, Todd. What do you mean by only one? Hey? 4.
Of racegoers on the lawn right next to the barrier stalls, getting a close-up experience of these horses in the stalls as White Horse In goes in, and they're set to run race number 6 from the Gardens. Locked away. Red light, stand by, racing, Fiscal runs at the front.
It's all right, I've already jumped on Guderian anyway on Betfair. I was just going to try and pick up a nice little price there as well. I wasn't matched at too much different to that, so. Again, look, you know, it's not 100% clear, is it? You know, it's okay. It's okay. But that's about the only one that you would look at there. I've just jumped on Letchworth in play down the bottom there, in case anyone's interested.
On the outside of Fiscal, just a shade beyond midfield from Old Bill, Kim Devine, Shadow Minister, and 2.5 to White Horse In. 1,200 metres to go. Morensky Reef takes a steadier and leads by a length. Guderian, moderate fractions now. Letchworth third the inside. Assertive Billy on the improved wider. Further back is Go Parner. 2 lengths to Landlocked. 6th on the inside of Merchandise. A couple to Fiscal, Old Bill from Shadow Minister, Kim Devine, and White Horse In last of all. And now as Assertive Billy goes to inject more speed on up front. This back marker, White Horse In, will spot the lead about 15. 800 metres to go. It's Assertive Billy, one off the rail now, leading from Morensky Reef. Guderian third, Letchworth fourth the inside. A length away, Go Parner. Merchandise still 6th on the outside of Landlocked from Old Bill Fiscal. A length, Kim Devine, Shadow Minister, and White Horse In trying to get going would spot the lead about 10 now. Coming around the corner, 450 out. It's Assertive Billy, who's worked overtime on the outside of Morensky Reef from Guderian. Letchworth trying to get into the clear, but it wants to hang badly from Landlocked. Go Parner down the outside. Letchworth going to a real squeezing match there with Guderian as they reach the 200. It's Guderian moving up to Assertive Billy, who's hanging tough. Kim Devine back to the inside, running on. It's Assertive Billy and Guderian. This is a real slog at the 50. Assertive Billy, Guderian. Billy's brave and won. That's a tough win. Assertive Billy from Guderian. Third, Morensky Reef or Kim Devine.
You know what? I was watching the Betfair prices. It was paying $200, right? And when it hit the lead, I was thinking, will I or won't I chuck a couple of dollars on this thing? I could swear right now, honestly. My finger was on the trigger, just ready to do it. Just ready to do it. Could have got mashed at $200 easily. And it's the rank outsider in the race. It's the absolute rank outsider in the race. Paying over $100 on the totes. I could have got matched $200. I was thinking, it's not going to do it all the way, surely. And in fact, when it hit the front, you know, like a little bit after it hit the front, it went down to $120, and then it blew back out to $200. I thought, no, it's not going to hang on. Anyway, we got Guderian there, but gee whiz. Yeah, Letchworth could have won it easily, yeah. So anyway, look, you know, that's all right. I got, you know, like I say, picked up Guderian there, but geez, don't you think I'm bloody sitting here spewing? I was watching, I heard it get to the front. I thought, you know, like a $5 bet. Well, what's $5? I'll tell you what $5 is. That would have been $1,000 back in my bank. That's what it is. $200 I could have got matched at. Unbelievable. Seriously unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, it's just one of those things, guys, you know. Oh, I just looked at it, I thought, will I, won't I, will I, won't I? I mean, the thing's paying $200, blah, blah, blah. It got to the front and, you know, like I say, it sort of, it shortened, it blew back out again. $200 I could have got matched at. And Marinsky Reef, I mean, good luck, you know, making a case for it. 15, 4, 1 and 7. I mean, would you look at that? The first 4 in that race has paid over 50 grand in two totes. Anyway, them's the breaks. Oh, God, don't you wish I'd have jumped on that thing? Anyway, I've had a couple of little regrets today. That $8 place getter and that last race at Flemington and yada, yada, yada. I should be up about bloody $1,500 now. Anyway, whatever. A few $100, I shouldn't complain. There's people in the world starving with nothing. Okay. Onwards and upwards. Slower than I would like, but onwards and upwards nonetheless. The results in on the program, so that should be I think the chick with the bottle of champers on TV at the moment is 10 times hotter than Francesca Cumani. She's nothing special. Hey. Yeah, me too. And change sides at half time. God. See what beer does? It's the only thing it does. Anywho. I'll take both. 10 and 50 on both, thanks. What was that tobacco I just smoked? It's called Peter Stuyvesant and Corona. This is me all the time, mate. I'm mad as a cut snake. Don't you know that, Rob? Is you serious? You haven't worked that out yet. What else am I going to make? Can you... Okay, put yourself in my position for a second. I'm sitting here talking to myself for bloody 2 hours. It's enough to make a man go crazy. No, I actually don't have anyone else here. I'm just pretending. Makes me feel better. Oh, quick, come on, who is it? Go on, go out, start typing on bloody some forum on the internet. Kevin's mad, self-proclaimed, drinks beer, gets pissed during webinars, talks about, whatever, don't care. Go and tell them something that I don't already know. Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate, yeah. Francesca Cumani, she's really... Not the interviewer, the chick that she was interviewing, the one with the bottle of champagne. She was sweet and petite. Francesca Cumani, mate, make me look like a friggin' midget. She's big. She's like at least 17 hands. And her nickname's Edna. Edna like a horse. Edna like a horse. Yep. Doomben looks about like what I thought it would look like. Not very pretty. It's two very strong indications to take in the middle here, the 1 and the 12. 3 axe handles. You're lovely, Roger. I love you, Roger. You're as politically correct as I am. Hey, Roger, you coming over on Tuesday? Roger. You Roger that? Roger, you coming over on Tuesday? I can hear a story coming on. When you find out where, should I tell you now? Then someone can go put on the internet. Kevin gets drunk. He treats his woman like a slave, and he lives at. Go on, you said it then. Was that Kevin Rudd singing? You're kidding me? Was that Kevin Rudd just singing? It looked like he was just singing. Was he just singing? Yeah, I know you called the other day too, Roger. I haven't had a chance to get back to you, mate, but we're up in Tintinbar. I'll let you know more. I'll give you a call on Monday. Is that what it was? He was singing, wasn't he? I don't have it turned up, but I could just see him, and it actually did look like he was singing. So, Kevin Rudd live concert performance. My God. Please explain. Please explain. Goodness me. So what do we do? Do we take both of these things or what? Because that's what you got to do. You have to take both of them. Somnambulance as well. I think I might need a somnambulance if these don't come in for me. Anyway, let's just see here what happens. Somnambulance. Some ambulance. I need an ambulance.
Middle followed by Gunner Knox. Mr. White Blue 8 pieces is up there as well. So too going through in the middle is Brigadier Jack, and the Fears very deep as they head down the back. Now Hidden Kisses worse than midfield after an ordinary getaway, followed then by Radesi. Jill shows a long way back with Marsh Harbour and Blowhard.
Look at all that, would you? So much. Yeah, it's just too much. Too much.
2 to 8 pieces. Somnambulance is next to the inside of Brigadoon Jack, and then we followed by Hidden Kisses. The next to us then is Radesi trying to pick up ground. Mr. Light Blue is deep, followed by Jill Show, Blowhard, and Marsh Harbour last of all. They're on the bend. Tafia led round the turn from 3 Swallows, and Gunner Knox is just behind those. Is switching back to the inside as they corner. Somnambulance 8 pieces next. Hidden Kisses trying to get in the clear, and then Brigadoon Jack. Tafia led on the straight. Gunner Knox about to go to second from 3 Swallows, 8 pieces. Hidden Kisses, Brigadoon Jack is down the outside. Tafia the leader. Hidden Kisses is trying to get out after Tafia, but Tafia's got too big a break. Hidden Kisses can't get there, and Tafia leads all the way to be hit.
That'll do. Hey. Tafia.
Then comes Marsh Harbour. Further back in the field, Somnambulance followed by Mr. Light Blue. And last time was 3.
That's all right, isn't it?
12 Tafia, 13, 23.70. Rick McMahon pickup ride. 10 Hidden Kisses, $1.90. And 7 Brigadoon Jack, $4.10.
At the gates at Wyong for race 6 time this side is $1.70. Tactics change in the next at Flemington Katana to be ridden back in the field from the inside gate. That's number 10. So at Wyong, they'll move up shortly, just awaiting weight at Doomben, race number 4. Here's a market update for Flemington. The Sepult Salinger Stakes due at 4:30. 1 Black Piranha 19, 2 Temple of Boom 560, 3 Neeson 870, 4 Catapulted 16, 5 Feel and Ready 16, 6 Sister Manly favourite 360, 7 Stands Out 97, 8 Egos Dare 38, Midsummer Music 750, 10 Katana 11, 11 Panapeak 84, 12 Sterling Road 15, 13 Rarefied $14 and 14 Metallurgical 50 to 1. Sister Madley, $3.60 in favourite as we get the market on track.
Shopping much better on course at the moment, Brian, for Sister Manly. She opened at $3.60. She's out to $4.40 now. From the top, Temple of Boom, 5 to 6. Neeson, $10. Into 8, now $8.50. Then we go to the favourite Sister Manly, $3.60 to $4.40. Midsummer Music, $5.50 out to 7. Sterling Grove, $9 to $10. Rarefied has been $11 out to 13, and Kurtana $12
seriously?
out to 13 to be ridden back from the
Seriously?
start. So Kurtana to be snagged out of the gate, and Luke Nolan possibly to plot a course up the centre of the track. Sister Manly, the favourite, she's out to $4.40, $3.80 on Super Tab. The Salinger in 11 minutes.
Doomben numbers 12, 10, 3. As they move up at mile, let's get Dean Lester's Lake Vale at Flemington.
We did race 8. My numbers 6, 4, 9 and 8. I'm with Sister Madley. I think it's pretty much up to her now. She's just got to relax in the middle stages. Back to 1200 suits. She went very well down the straight Tuesday morning. I don't think the straight holds any fears. And she's drawn a gate where she can get to the right part of the track, I feel. I'm leaning to her to beat 4 Catapulted. He'll make his own luck right up on the pace. Winner down the straight. He's fit for one run back from a spell. I think 9 Midsummer Music, she's the one that will be finishing strongly around the $7 mark. She represents a little bit of value. And the big movers for mine is number 8, Ego's Dare. And he's one that's drawn out wide. He's got a good turn of foot at the end of his races, and he had no luck in a good race at his last start. My numbers for race 8, 6, 4, 9 and 8.
Thank you, Dino. Now pretty close at 1.
The 3 last look at the betting, the Sile, $2 to 180 is the fluctuation. Human, $3 out to 420, and blended $4 out to 9. So he's right out the gate in the betting. Now Bronze Ballad was just back behind the line of Stewart there, and he's the last one to move in. So they're just about right to run. Red light switched on. All set to go now. Stand by for a start at the 1350. They're ready to go. Racing now. And the Sile in the middle of the line began brilliantly. He's up there and looking for the lead. Blended is going with him in the early part, so they share the lead. Blended on the outside, just shades in the...
What happened to my radio?
Sile and Comico.
Don't do that again, okay?
Being followed then by Madame Zack and a bunch of horses, and some boy in the between those. A link back then to Cumin, being followed by Leo Spirit. 3 links to Oasis Sunrise on the inside of Tale of Saiwan, Baldon. And last of all, Bronze Ballad. They're spread right out here by the 900-metre mark now, and he let Blended slide to go to the lead. And Blended is 3 links in front of Nassau, the outside of Some Boy. 2 links then to Communico. The outside of Madame Zack, followed by Cumin, just giving a slap down the shoulder there to pick up some ground. Then Leo Spirit, 2 lengths to Oasis Sunrise on the inside of Tale of Saiwan, Baldon taking off 3 wide, and 2 last of all, Bronze Ballad. They're on the bend now, 400 metres left to go, and Blended is the leader. Nassau pops off the fence and is about to join him on the outside. Cumin's up to third, just in front of Sun behind them. Leo Spirit to the outside, and Comico heads the rest. They're on the bend. Blended and Nassau, the 2 favourites, come away to fight it out. Here's Nassau, springs about to get in full bore, and he's dashed up on the outside of Blended. Cumin heads the rest and is coming down the outside, but Nassau at the 150 broke away. Nassau, he's sailing away with a good victory here. Nassau, smart horse, won easily by 3 lengths on Blended and Cumin. 4th, Some Boy, followed in by Leo Spirit. The next one home, Oasis Sunrise. Tale of Saiwan, Baldon. They're followed in by a Madame Zack towards the rear of the field.
Look, seriously, you know, to take that little 10-minute move there in that race on the number 7 and ignore the number 1 there with all that movement, I just think, you know, it's a bit of a stretch, you know. That's my most humble opinion. In my most humble opinion. I like Ego's Dare in this race. I do. And Catapulted. And Sterling Grove. And Neeson. That's all. That's the only ones I like in that race. Metallurgical. There's a little bit of colour there. That's all I like. That's all. Oh, it looks like I've only had 2 losing races all day. Looks like I've only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 races all day. Believe me, that metallurgical is going to get a little bit of money coming in there. Five minutes to go. I'll be right back with you, folks. Cheers. I'll leave the door open and do it really hard. This is what happens with these things when I take them home. They don't like me. They really don't like me. Too hot, too cold, too shady, not shady enough. Not enough water. Too much water, not enough water. Better off in the ground, those things, I think. Oh, and they grow like weeds. You know, shady little spot somewhere.
Yeah, how do you separate this one?
Well, you're going to have to take a few, if anything, mate. That catapulted, I wouldn't leave it out either, to be honest. I'd be leaving catapulted out of there. But it is a difficult affair, there's no doubt about that. Geez, 3 minutes to go. I'll have to wrap things up soon. Hey? Which is okay. You know. So it's been a reasonable day today. I know that there's a few of you who would have done quite well today, which is great. I really like that. Obviously makes it all worthwhile. Does anybody have any questions before we start thinking about wrapping things up? Because as soon as this race is done and dusted, I'm going to bid you all farewell. No?
Copyright gone.
Grandfather used to do that all the time with his hands. Okay, no, it's good. No questions is good. Absolutely fine. Ego's dare. I like Ego's dare. Intriguing session. I'm glad. Intriguing session. That's kind of like one of the, you know, like that's like a message that I send to people, you know. And I know that they'll never be quite sure how to take it. Intriguing session. Good. That's good.
Good be intriguing.
It's good, yeah, it's great. I'm quite a specimen, aren't I? Egos there, catapulted, you know, a couple there. There's a couple. Let me just have a look at something. Let me check my Holy Grail and just see if I can dig anything out here. 6. Anyone's talking about the number 6, eh? Systematically. Number 4. Okay, Alfie Matthews got that on top, eh? 9. Who's the number 9? Needs summer music. Who's the number 10? Curtana. Who's the number 2? Temple of Boom. I see. Lynn, no. I mean, the data engine was always running and pulling in data. Just because I closed down BetaTrader doesn't mean that I've closed the engine as well. So yeah. The engine's full of data. I've got plenty of data. So as soon as the program fires back up, of course, it's not going to say that there's no venue data available. But if you turn your computer off or you shut down the engine and you miss out on data for an hour, then, yeah, of course, you'll have to do an auto-download if you want to have a look at that hour or catch up the data for the next few races. Shit, that's closed already. You know what? Bloody mongrel. Oh, I'm going to go now. Yeah, sorry, that was right on the jump. I should have been sort of concentrating a little bit more there. So I'm just going to go and bury my head in the sand. And jump on a couple of these in play. So one of them is Catapulted, the other one is Neeson, and the other one will be number 12, Sterling Grove. For me, I'm just jumping on for a win only because there's no in play for a place. So not much I can do about that now. All right, guys. Well, thank you all very much for today. And good luck for the rest of the day. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Speak to you next week. That's fair to Muddley. I did a little bit better on Betfair than I did on the totes, but it was just okay. Was out in front. What one? That rarefied the number 13, did it? Oh no, nothing. Still racing, is it?
No, they pulled up. It was just the 1200 sprint or whatever. But
yeah.
I think 4 or 5 come across the line. I don't know who got it, but I think number 3.
The one in the middle, whatever that is. Oh, it was a fave, was it? Thanks, Todd. Oh, I'm still on air. There you go. Sorry, guys. See you all later.